Hey everybody, it's me Jessica. I'm back with another Granblue Fantasy video, and today's topic will be slime blasting. So slime blasting, if you haven't heard of it before, is a method of leveling in Granblue, and it's pretty much the fastest and most lucrative way to level. It involves going to a specific co-op map with a group of 2 to 4 players, and you all use plain damage nukes to kill the boss in a second or less. And then you repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until the room closes after an hour. Meanwhile, you're stacking XP boosts, rank boosts, and item drop rate boosts from consumables on the room, and also on yourself from the Dirty Drop store, and then also, again, from summons like Kaguya or the Bunny. And all these combine together to give you really, really, really high XP per hour, and a ton of drops that you can sell for a bunch of rupees. Like, we're talking 200k rupees or more on an average session. And then on top of that, you're also getting half elixirs. This can be a really good source of half elixirs, well, anytime, but especially during half AP events. So that sounds great, but you're going to need a very specific setup to be able to do this. The first thing you need to know about is plain damage. What plain damage is any damage that completely ignores defense. A few characters have the ability to do this, along with the Swordmaster class, which we'll get into in just a second. So as you can see, Clarice is who we have here. She's got plain damage to a foe on her Eclipse attack, also on her Atomic Resolution attack. This Eclipse attack, I will want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't get mad at me. Deals around 20k damage, I want to say, and because it bypasses defense, this damage actually becomes much more valuable than you would think, because 20 damage is, frankly, not a lot. The reason for this is the Slime Blast target has super high defense, but pretty low HP, like only about 100k to 120k HP, I want to say. Since there's 4 of you bringing plain damage nukes, you all hit your plain damage nuke and it just melts, like it dies in a second, not even exaggerating. So it's also worth saying, for a record, there are characters that can deal a lot of plain damage, like Yoda deals 1 million plain damage on his Oogie, and Sarasa deals 1 million to 2 million plain damage. Those characters aren't ideal here, though, because they deal too much damage. I'll talk about that in a second. The more common way to do slime blasting, though, is not with characters, since characters can be a little tricky to acquire. It's with the Swordmaster class. So Swordmaster, if you're not familiar, is an EX road class that you acquire through doing co-op maps and just farming a bit. They're pretty easy to unlock once you get through co-op. What's unique about Swordmaster is you can see they have 3 abilities: Awakening Blade, Resonating Blade, Energize. These abilities change completely based on what sword you're using. Every sword has a different set of abilities the Swordmaster can use. The ones we're interested in are swords that give you the ability to deal plain damage. So as you can see, Awakening Blade right now deals plain damage to foe upon spending HP. So this is just a nuke that hits based on how much HP you have. And the one I'm using is the Purity Blade. This is probably the most popular weapon, at least it's the one I like to use most for slime blasting, just because its damage is highly variable based on your HP, so it allows you to dial in the damage very specifically. What I mean by that is, since it deals damage based on how much HP you have, you can adjust your HP up and down by removing items from your grid, and also removing summons. I have about 3.5k HP right now. That is ideally what you want to deal about 33% of the Slime Blast target's HP. If you need to deal more, you can give yourself more HP just by adding back in items. If you need to deal less, just take out more items. The reason why you want to deal a specific amount of damage is if you nuke the enemy for a ton of damage, no one else can get contribution. And that's going to upset people in your group and probably cause your group to fall apart. So you want to deal just the right amount of damage where everybody can deal a decent chunk, get maximum contribution, and kill the target. Other options you have besides Purity Blade, which is an SR gotcha weapon, I should say, so it's a little, like, it can be tricky to get, is the Nodachi, which is a rare gotcha weapon. This thing deals a lot less damage than the Purity Blade, so you're going to have to do a lot more tweaking to try and get to that maximum contribution level, but it does work. And then there is an SSR option, which is Disparia, Dark Shown Dark's sword. This thing is not ideal either, just like Yoda and Sarasa, because it deals way too much damage. This thing, like, if you open with this, you're just going to one-shot the thing and piss everybody off. This is still usable, just like those characters are usable, if you let everyone in the room go first, and then you just finish with this, but it's going to require more timing on your part, more attention, and that's not necessarily ideal when you're doing something repetitively for an hour. There is a fourth weapon, and there might be more. If you do know more, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. The other one is the Spiked Bat. That's from the Gripping Freedom event, which occurred, like, I want to say, like 6 months ago now, maybe longer. If you have one, great, don't throw it away. Like, definitely keep it and use it. If you don't have one, I have no idea when the event's going to come back, so you might see it again, you might never see it again. So those are your three best options. Now, the party you should use, it's not, like, it super doesn't matter. Like, the thing is not going to kill you. It's not, like, it's not going to even hit you, so it doesn't matter what you bring. But what you should bring are characters that you want to level. So, like, as you can see, my Jeanne d'Arc is 95, Sova is 98, Percy is 98. I'm trying to get them all leveled up to 100, so, like, I'm bringing them. They never attack, I just kill it with a Swordmaster skill, and then they get XP. Now, I also bring Tien for extra drop rate boost. Oh, and then one more thing. Fairy is max level, but I'm trying to unlock her EMPs, so you can bring characters that you need EMP skills for. This is a good way to get EMP for them and for your main character. Now, if you're using a setup where you have to use characters in order to deal your plane damage, then obviously you're going to have to, like, save some slots for that. But this is why using a Swordmaster class is ideal, because you don't have to use any character slots for characters you're not leveling. And as I said before, there are journey drop boosts you should use. Specifically XP, rank points earned, and item drop rate. I would say item drop rate is actually super important, because getting those elixirs really can help your longevity in the game, because getting elixirs is a little tricky otherwise. So all that said, I'm going to jump in and show you what Slime Blasting looks like. This is going to be with some of my crewmates. You can pug this. Like, you can just set up a Slime Blasting room and hope for the best. Since you've kind of got to dial in the damage you need to do and, like, make sure not one person is, like, blowing up the monster, it can be a little bit of a cluster if you're just pugging it. So if you can get a friend, like, you can do it with 2 people. If you can get a friend, that would be awesome. But if you can't, you can pug it. I know eventually they're planning on moving to a model where you can solo co-op rooms. Once that comes around, then who knows, maybe you'll be able to solo Slime Blast. I kind of feel like they're going to put in something to prevent that, but who knows, they might not. And that would be awesome. Alright, so let's jump in. Okay, we're back, and I'm going to go ahead and start a room for sliming. But first, let me get my buffs up. So, like I said, you want to use your journey drop buffs, XP earned, rank points earned, and item drop rate. Once those are up, just do co-op. If you're creating your own room, you do it like this. You can do it a different way if you're going to join a room. Okay, so I'm doing it with my crew members, so I'm just posting it to crew chat. And while they're filing in, I'm going to go ahead and buff the room. So the buffs you're going to want are Fortuitous Feather, which gives you Bounty Hunter. Like, it puts automatic bounty on room. And let's get this all the way up to rank 9 is the maximum. Eight and 9. There's one of my crew members. We're waiting for one more. And then you want Auspicious Scroll and Attainment Scroll. Get Attainment Scroll up. And then I have to make some Auspicious Scrolls. You can make all the consumable items through the shop, or if you're already in a room, you can make it through this interface I'll show you. Okay, this pressure interface. So I need Auspicious Scrolls. Let's go ahead and make 20 of them, because I slime a lot. And let's get those buffs up. Most of the buffs you need for sliming are attainable through drops from sliming, so you're not going to have to really go out of your way to get the materials you need. If they're not directly acquirable from sliming, they're easily acquirable everywhere else. Okay, let's just double check. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And then the map you want is Guard the Windless Land, so Chapter 2, and that's Map 1, In a Dusk Dream. Then I will select my party, except for my UI bugged out, so I'm going to hit reload. And I want a bunny summon for maximum XP and drops. And then I'm also going to use a bunny summon myself. Okay, and then we're ready to go. So the idea here is to go as fast as you can. You want to minimize like delays, and you want everybody on the same page. Like, if you're sliming, don't do anything that will slow you down, like going to, well, you can watch YouTube or whatever, but as long as it doesn't slow you down, because if you slow down the rotation, you're dragging everyone's XP down, and that really defeats the whole purpose. Like, my friend here needs to ready up. Okay, so I'm using the team comp and the weapons I just showed you earlier, and this is all you do. Awakening Blade, you'll hit it about 30%, and the rest of my team will finish it off, and then I go get the rewards, and then we go do it again. I'm going to host for the first 20 minutes, and then a teammate will get the next 20 minutes, and then another teammate will get the last 20 minutes, and that's how it goes. And this is how fast it goes usually. I'll do it a little slower this time just to show you what it looks like. You go into a room. Oh, my cat's whining at me. Cast Awakening Blade, deal your damage, everyone else do the same thing, thing dies, you get your loot. If you want to go faster, you can hit reload like I am. I'll show you some more of the nuances of doing it. But yeah, this is all about going fast, so you want to get these rooms back up as fast as possible. I try to consume like 20 AP pots at a time, just because I don't like that delay for consuming an AP pot is actually pretty significant. Now if you want to go even faster, what you can do is jump in, hit Awakening Blade, and then as soon as you see the animation, hit back. And if your team goes fast enough, it should be dead by the time this thing loads. The team wasn't going fast enough. Let's try that again. It seems like a small thing, but you're gonna run like 100 of these in an hour, so the more you can squeak in, the better. So once you get in the zone, things go really fast. So in Awakening Blade, you can hit back or reload. I usually use reload. My team's slow. And then it's dead. If you do hit reload too early, it can kick you the co-op menu. That is definitely a thing to watch out for. Not the co-op menu, the quest select menu. And then you have to manually go back to the co-op room. You waste a few seconds that way, and every second's precious, so be careful when you hit refresh. You'll get the hang of the timing, but it's basically like you don't want to reload before you see the animation go off. And there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just one reload and we're good. So I'm going to do a couple more loops of this to show you, and that's basically it. You get the idea. It's like this for just an hour, and you get a ton of rewards. So you're seeing I'm getting almost 2k rank points and then 3k XP. I'm getting EMP, I got a full pot. This drop is worth 5,000 rupees. And yeah, back in, do it again. Back in, do it again. Get real used to it. I really zone out when I do this. Like I just listen to music or watch something. Apparently my crewmate is lagging, which is why their Awakening Blade is coming in slow. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this for another 53 minutes. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. So I'm going to cut it here, and then I will come back for a conclusion when this is all done, and we can look at what my total rewards were. Back in a few. Okay, 1 hour later, we are back in the shop, ready to sell everything we got from the Slimeblasting session. Now, I'm going to say ahead of time that the session was a little on the slow side just because, one of my friends was super lagging and it wasn't as efficient as it could be, but it was still a good session. So we're looking at 115 bronze-plated discs, whatever. Sell those. I should note I'm at, let's call it 470,000 to start off with. 142 silver discs. 52 gold discs, and then 33 vertical pinwheels. These two are for something else. So let's see how much we ended up making. We are at 470,000. Now we are at 730,000. So huge profit, like almost 300k profit from doing an hour in a really good session where you're just blowing through the Slimeblasting mob in seconds and doing it over and over and over again. You make a little bit more than that. You can probably pull down 400k or so. But yeah, that's the average of what you expect from a Slimeblasting session. Anyway, that's all for me. If you have any questions or any comments, go ahead, leave a message. Once again, if you like this video and it's helpful for you, leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe, that would totally help me out. If you really want to help me out, then my Patreon is also linked, and any donations would be super awesome. Thanks again. Love y'all.